Hey guys, what's up, Rotax here and welcome back to this brand new vlog. And today we're going testing at Spa-Francorchamps. Now, as most of you will probably know, Spa has a pretty amazing karting track and my next race is there in about a month's time. So I think it's a real good opportunity to go testing there before the race now. So the drive is a little bit longer than 2 hours, so now it's just a case of checking if we have everything. Then just driving there, and I'll actually show you the last bit of the road there, because the last section of the road to the karting track is actually a piece of the old racetrack from the 60s. So, see you guys then. Alright guys, so currently I'm actually still driving. Hey guys, this is me in editing, and before we move on, I just wanted to say that in hindsight, it was irresponsible of me to vlog whilst I was driving. At the time I thought it was a good idea, but now I see why it is not. I really wanted to show you guys this part of the day, but anyways, please don't do this yourself, and let's see what I had to say. Remember that I told you guys that I was going to show you a piece of the old F1 circuit? Well, we're on it right now actually. Now we're actually on one of those death chicanes, and this is throughout one of the villages. And I'll show you the most amazing corner in a few seconds. Here is the first right-hander of the banking corner, which is into the village, which is where I crashed a lot. And we actually have some roadworks here, Jesus Christ. And here is the second right-hander with the enormous amount of banking, which we are going into right now. Here we go. This is all old track. And look at the way this corner flows, man. It's right-hand uphill. This was an amazing corner. Let's turn off my indicator. Wait. There we go. Now we have to be careful that we don't get swiped by the left there, but I don't see any cars, so we can just go. And boom, now we are heading straight towards the karting track. And if we actually look on the sat-nav there, it's only 2 more kilometers. So this also was a 2.2 kilometer blast through forest next to houses, and yeah, it's just main road now. So I'm going to get everything unpacked now, and the next time I'll see you maybe on the onboard footage, but also maybe in a vlog, because I don't know if I'm allowed to drive immediately. So see you next time. Alright guys, welcome. So it turns out there's actually plenty of time, and on the main track there's actually an F4 race. Wait, let me show you. So well, the kart track is located here on the exit of Stavlo. I'll put a map of the circuit and of where the kart track is on the screen right now. But yeah, now we have to wait for the F4 cars to come round again, which takes about maybe 2.5 minutes. Yep, here they come, guys. Anyway, let's just unpack my stuff and then get my track access card. Alrighty my boys, welcome to Spa-Francorchamps kart circuit. This track really is one of my favorites, together with Karting, where we went last week. The location, the layout, everything about the circuit is just absolutely awesome. Anyways guys, before we move on, I would like to say, as always, if you're still enjoying these videos, then I would appreciate it enormously if you would hit those like and subscribe buttons. For you it's only a few clicks, but for me it really makes one heck of a difference. I would love to reach 100k subs one day, and every click is just one step closer, you know. We're getting really close to hitting the first landmark, which is 10,000 subscribers. Let's see if we can hit that before the end of this month. I'll actually be doing a giveaway when we reach 10k subscribers, so make sure to subscribe. Anyways, with that out of the way, let's take a look at this amazing track. Alright guys, so that was the first session. Yeah, as you could see on the GoPro footage, there were a lot of 4-stroke karts in there, and that's because, well, it's been divided up into a couple of groups. I will show you. So yeah, it's in French of course, because we are in the French-speaking part of Belgium. It's yeah, divided into mini, loisir, I don't know what that means, that probably means like automatic, and then shifters plus something else. And well, in this group, which is where the dot is, which is where I had to drive, there were a lot of these 4-stroke things. So yeah, for me that basically meant slaloming for the entire session, so I'm going to drive with the shifters next time. But yeah, all in all, it was okay. The tires were absolutely gone, so I had absolutely no grip on the rear end, as you could see. I also think that we need to go one higher on the gear. This engine doesn't really like it when we go too low on the gear, because yeah, it doesn't quite have that pull from the lower revs. But all in all, not too bad. And as you can hear, there's actually some LMP2 cars going by now. I think they have like a 12-hour race. Let me show you. So that's pretty nice, I think. We at least have some sort of music today. Anyways, I'm going to do some setup changes on the kart, put on new tires, because I actually have new tires for today. Then we'll have one more session. After that we have a mandatory 1.5 hour break. So yeah, I'll see you guys on the next GoPro footage. So, new tires, finally. After running on old tires for such a long time, it felt good to finally have some new rubber. Every time you go out on new tires, you should try to learn something from it. It is important to optimize your run and make full use of the tire's performance peak, which comes after about 2 minutes of running and only lasts for about 2 laps. Track position is super important, and that's why you see so many mind games being played in qualifying. But yeah, to get a long story short, this session was absolute garbage. I had bad track position and a lot of traffic. In hindsight, I should probably have waited a little bit longer before going out on track. That combined with the setup that was not really on point made me not reach the full potential of this set of tires. Let's look at one of the only few clean laps I had. Alright guys, so that was the next session, and safe to say I was getting pretty pissed off behind the wheel there. As you could see, we went on new tires, and then it's very important to, you know, get up to speed immediately. But it was just so busy on track, like slower drivers, faster drivers. I could only manage like 2 or 3 laps where I could give it my all. And yeah, that was almost a second quicker than the previous session. We were down to a 44.3 now, I think. So yeah, that's good. Those are really quick times. Anyways, now it's time for the mandatory 1.5 hour break. And as you can hear behind me, there are some pretty good cars driving by on the big circuit. And yeah, you will see more footage of today. It's like GT cars and TCR cars and stuff. I've seen GT3 cars, GT4 cars. It's just amazing, man. I'll show you now an overview of the karting track and of the normal track as well. I think I can hear an R8 GT3 car and a Porsche. I think it's some sort of safety car, code yellow or something. Sounds amazing, right? That's one of my favorite engines, that V10. Anyways, that session, yeah, the kart felt a whole lot better on new tires. Well, that's to be expected, of course. Those tires that were on there were really too dead. I shouldn't have done a session on them. Yeah, like I said, I went quicker by almost more than a second, and that's quite a lot. One thing I did, however, notice was that the track width at the rear was a little bit too wide. The car didn't pick up as nicely as it should have. So I'm going to decrease the track width a little bit, maybe by only like half a centimeter total. And then the car should pick up a whole lot better. Now it's time to have some food and to rest a little bit. Oh! So I felt like going on a little bit of an exploration of the paddock. Well, of course I know what it looks like, but you guys of course don't. Whenever there's a race weekend here, when everyone is done with driving or testing or something, then usually everyone goes and explores the track, because it's actually free to visit the entire, you know, the big circuit. So that's what we do. By the way, check out these cars. Ferrari, Benz, yeah, karting stuff. Anyways, I'm now actually heading away from the karting paddock, and I'm actually going to show you something very interesting that most people don't know. Back in the day, when we were a little bit younger,
we used to go behind this fence right here, which you can see here. Actually, you can still go here, but I'm not going to now because, yeah, I'm wearing my karting overalls and stuff. But actually, if you look down here, you can see some water. And I don't know if you can see, but the water is kind of red. And I don't know if you guys speak French, but the corner Eau Rouge, if you actually translate Eau Rouge to English, it means red water. And if you take a look at this stream, this is Eau Rouge. So the corner was named after this little river right here, or a stream. And like I said, when we were a little bit younger, we always used to go down there and play. Or some people even went fishing here because there are quite a lot of small fish in there. And the coolest part about that little stream is, if you follow the stream all the way that way, you will actually end up at Eau Rouge, the corner. I still have very fond memories of me actually visiting Eau Rouge in one of the race weekends with my best friend. If you decide to walk down that way, it's about a 20-minute walk because you have to walk like a kilometer to get there. But we were on the bike, and from here all the way to there is downhill all the way. So he was like, I was biking and he was on the what do you call it, like the luggage carrier behind there, and we were reaching some pretty amazing speeds going down that trail right there. So yeah, this place is just, if you love racing and if you live in the neighborhood, or you know, if you live close to this track, come visit it here. Just do a few rental kart sessions, you'll absolutely love it. There's always something to do on the bigger track, right? Like right now there was F4, LMP3 cars, and some GT cars as well. Just, if you like racing, I can strongly recommend coming here. Anyways, I don't think I can go to Eau Rouge today because it's closed. But when I have my race weekend here, I'll try to go there and show that to you guys, because I think that will probably make for some really good content. By the way guys, hearing these cars in real life makes me realize how well the guys at Kuna Simulazione from AC and ACC have actually managed to recreate these cars. They sound exactly like they do in real life in the game. So for the remaining couple of sessions, I really just wanted to practice this track again. It had been 4 years since I have last been here. I'll leave a link to that race in the top right hand corner. Go check it out after you've watched this video. Anyways, let's talk a little bit about this track. The entire track is at an angle because it is built on top of a slope. This means great elevation change, uphill and downhill straights, and corners with either extreme banking or corners which are extremely off camber. Because the main straight is uphill, top speeds are low here. We also have one extremely slow corner, that being the hairpin in the middle sector. Because of this, finding the correct gear ratio can be quite tricky. Also, you need an engine that has a really strong middle rev range. Let's skip ahead a little bit and look at some footage that really indicates how much a Rotax engine struggles with the main straight. The kart ahead of us is an ID Engines shifter kart, a 4-stroke shifter class that is unique to the Netherlands. As we exit the final corner, you can see that we pull alongside and keep up. After that, he completely pulls away as the Rotax has no power going up the hill. That is why it is so hard to find the correct sprocket. Also, let's talk about the chicane. You really need to fully take that curb. This might seem slower at first, but it really makes a big difference. You can get on the power earlier and you can take a lot more entry speed. And if you do it correctly, your chassis really doesn't take that much more damage than it usually does. Right guys, so that was the next session. Pretty good I think. And I don't know what kind of lap time I managed to do because well, my Unipro wasn't working once again. It's kind of annoying that sometimes it doesn't work. It's like the best system there is, Unipro, but sometimes it just doesn't record your lap time and that's annoying. Anyways, I went a little bit less wide on track width. We went down half a centimeter in total. Went up one on the gears. That made my exits a lot better actually. I think the sprocket we were running before this is good for a race engine, but for my own engine it just doesn't quite have that low end oomph to pull it through, you know. Or I'm just shit on exits, that's also possible. Anyways, I think it's going pretty solid so far. We have no extreme tire wear, which is kind of what I expected for today. But luckily, no problems. It's yeah, going fine. This session really was just doing laps and seeing if I could be consistent again. And to my surprise, I was. I learned some new things, mainly that the corner before the chicane can be taken flat with these new D5 tires. But I don't think it's faster because you will make the run into the next corner a lot more tight. Nothing much really happened on track, but there was a really strange thing that happened to my tire. The left side of my left rear tire actually popped off the rim. I didn't get a puncture because it was still sealed, but a very interesting failure that I never had before. I already thought that the kart started to feel weird at the back end in the last few laps, but I couldn't quite figure out why that was. The most interesting part was that I actually set my best lap time in the last lap of the session, lap number 23. Now because of that weird tire issue, I had no time to vlog in between, so let's jump straight into this session. This was the last one for today and I wanted to take it easy and focus on consistency. But then I realized that there was another senior Rotax right behind me. And I could not resist and decided to follow him for a while. It immediately became clear that we were running very different sprockets. And guys, remember, I am running my slow engine. He was super quick on the exit of slow corners but struggled immensely on the straights. Also, here I saw that I was losing quite a lot of time in the two right-handers after the hairpin. Overall though, I felt like I was a lot quicker, but I decided to just stick behind him. That's also mainly due to the fact that there was a yellow flag at the best overtaking spot of the whole track. But let's ride on board for a few minutes.
Alright guys, so that was it for today. I think we ended on a pretty good note there. You can still hear the GT cars going behind me because they actually have a 12-hour race, but I think I told you already. I think we have the pace, yeah, it's looking decent, Anyways, I'm going to get changed and then I'm going home, and with that also comes the end of this video. Now, if you like this video and would like to see more, then there's a playlist right here with all kinds of similar videos where I go to all kinds of different tracks. And also there are some videos in there where I just show you my life as a karting driver. Anyways, this video is done and I'll see you next time. Peace.